Hello, this is Connie Costa with Exclusive Sicily Tours, and I have a very special guest, Annalisa Pompeo, and I'm so excited. Ciao, Annalisa.
Ciao, Connie. Thank you for inviting me.
So Annalisa is very special, dear, and near to my heart. I when I take my clients to Sicily, we always do a cooking class with this lovely lady, and I adore her and love her because she's super charming, super funny, super cute. Everybody falls in love with her, but also because she really understands food, healthy food. She gives us really simple recipes with delicious ingredients that are good for you and that make the most, I mean, honestly, her plates are so delicious, all the dishes that she creates. So I'm so excited to have her here and just to ask a few questions during these interesting times of quarantine, right? Where we're all
Yeah.
home. So the first question that I have for you is, why choose Sicily? Since you were born and raised in Sicily, you obviously know why choose Sicily?
Because in Sicily, you can find everything you want to find. Always, I say that you can come to Sicily and you can choose the key to open Sicily, depending in which direction you wanted to see to Sicily. So if you want a romantic Sicily, if you want a religious Sicily, if you want a food tour Sicily, or if you want everything together to Sicily. So we are a melting pot, like Americans said to be a melting pot. America, also Sicily is a melting pot because we had a lot of cultures. We had the Spanish, Arabs, Byzantine, Greece, Romans, and thank God we keep the best from each of these culture. So you can see the difference and of a culture in a detail, in people, in food, in architecture, in everything you will see and you will taste.
I agree. What is your favorite thing about Sicily?
Sicilians, for sure, because you can go in a place. And I live in Agrigento, I live at the valley, in Agrigento, where the valley of the temples are. Uh, of course, you can come also in Rome to see the Colosseum, but after the first time, you need something more to fall in love with something. And I think that maybe if for the first time you are attracted to Sicily for the architecture, for food, but when you are in Sicily, you can't be the same again because you met Sicilians, locals people, and this makes the difference.
Yes, yes. As a matter of fact, I would say that my clients, whenever I ask them what their favorite thing is in Sicily, they always say Sicilians. They always say that. They say the people are so friendly, they're so loving, your family, they fall in love with you, of course. So they always
Yeah.
say wonderful things about you. So the Sicilians are very special people. I know that for a fact. They're very special, warm people who want to welcome you to the island. Like, they get so excited that you've come to their
Yeah.
island that they just want to show you around and they want to be your best friend and they adopt you in their family. And so, like
Exactly.
any other place, I mean, seriously, they get so excited and they want to explain how beautiful their island is and all the magic that is in Sicily.
Yeah.
So it's so beautiful to see how much love there is for their land, right? For your own land. So
Yeah.
the other
Yeah.
the other thing that people love is the food. And so you know a thing or two about food since you're the expert. What is your favorite thing about the food of Sicilian food? Can you tell us a little bit about Sicilian food and what you love about Sicilian food?
Yeah, I love about the food, and I understood better when I go in the States during the winter. I understood that we are really, really blessed and lucky because we don't need to cover food and to cook food in very complicated recipes, because if the quality of food is high already, and for a high quality I don't need expensive. I mean fresh food from the ground to the table. You don't need to make very complicated recipes, because the taste is already on the food, natural, right? And so if you ask me this question, I can't say something else. Fresh food, organic, seasonal, this makes the difference.
I completely agree with you. And it's funny because I'll never forget one of my clients that I took to your cooking class. He, remember we made fresh tomato sauce, and he
Yeah.
convinced that you put sugar in the tomato sauce.
Yeah,
He did
I
not,
remember.
he refused to believe that there was no sugar. And I kept telling him,
Mhm.
you've been looking at everything that we've been doing step by step. You saw she didn't put sugar. He's
we
like, no,
we did it from scratch, tomato sauce, and I always do a game, because I let to my client clean, rubbing on their apron the tomatoes, and after eat it's already sweet. When somebody asks me which kind of tomato is more sweet than the other, I always say it's all the tomatoes sweet. The reason is because we pick tomatoes from the plant when is a time to pick them. Instead, something that happens in the grocery, especially in the United States, is that the tomatoes comes maybe also from New Jersey, but they pick when is too early and never can get red because of the natural sun, the natural soil, but get red in the grocery. So
yeah.
what kind of flavor can have,
Exactly. And
right?
you said something else that's very important. The soil and the water is also very different in Sicily. So it gives it a completely different flavor. And I know people are going to probably watch this and think we're exaggerating. Oh my gosh. Please give me a,
Exactly.
how different can it be? Because I've heard that from people. How different can the water, the soil, the vegetables, and the fruits taste? And to that I say, okay, come with me, come to Sicily. Let's go visit Annalisa, and you will taste it for yourself and see if there's not a huge difference in the taste of the veggies, the fruits, the fish. Everything is a completely different taste. It tastes so fresh. And what you said is so true. Unfortunately, in this country, we eat things that are full of chemicals, that are full of junk, that we can't even pronounce. And that's what makes our food unhealthy. And there's this idea that you can't eat carbs every day. You know, carbs are bad. Olive oil is bad. All these things. And it's just not true. In Italy, they eat carbs every day, and they're super thin. They're thin like you know, they're thin, and they eat well. And the why? Because they're eating stuff that has fresh ingredients, simple
Yeah,
ingredients, things you understand, you know, eggs, water, flour, ingredients you actually know and understand, instead of, you know, all these ingredients you can't even pronounce. That is what's making us sick in this country. That all this processed food, that is what's truly making us sick, and, you know, overweight and all that comes with that. It's not
yeah,
the pasta, the bread. It's just that here the pasta, the bread isn't real pasta or bread. It's like it's plastic by the time we eat it. It's practically plastic. And so when I take my clients to Italy, they can't believe it how they eat and eat and eat, and they don't gain weight. Or they'll eat, people who are lactose intolerant. I'm lactose intolerant in the States. but when I could drink a chug of milk in Italy and I have no
Really?
issues. It's so interesting. I have
Wow.
no issues with, any kind of food there, and I don't gain weight here. If I eat lettuce all day, I'll probably gain weight, but there I could eat all day long, and it's just healthy, fresh ingredients, and plus,
Sì.
of course, it's a healthier lifestyle. We walk a lot more, etc.
Yeah.
But a lot of it has to do with the diet, and it tastes amazing, so you don't have to eat food that you don't like just to not gain weight. You can actually be eating really good tasting food that's
Yeah.
healthy and
Yeah.
delicious and amazing, and you do such a good job at that.
It's thank you. It's so really true what you say, and this is the secret to have no secret. Everything is in nature, no secret at all. Not when I teach to my guests to cook a plate, I always say, okay, I'm teaching you, I'm sharing with you my technique, but after, please, you have just to be creative. You have not to stop yourself if you have not an ingredient. You can substitute because the main important thing is a love first of all. Second, you have to be sure that the ingredients that you are using are very healthy, fresh, on season. I don't make a caponata in December, even if I can buy eggplant for sure, but I don't. I respect the season. My goal is with the clients or without is respect the nature. This virus is teaching us that we are nothing if we don't respect nature. Nature is continuing to live without us. We are just like guests, right? So we have to come back to respect, to reconnect with the nature, with the mother heart. So, and we have everything in nature. We have everything. We need just to come back and reconnect with what the soil gives to us, what the sun gives to us, right?
I agree. I agree. And I feel like that's one of the reasons why in Sicily the food is so amazing, is because they understand. They understand nature, and that food is
Yeah.
thy medicine. And they get it. And there's this love for the island, the love for la terra, and so they get it in a way that makes, I'm telling you, makes the food so much more special. And so I am so glad that you brought that up. And my next question to you is, and it sounds like you've already answered it, but is Sicily worth going? Is it worth going to Sicily? Because I think there's a lot of misunderstanding about Sicily still in the world. A lot of people don't quite know how many amazing things there are. And one of the things that they say is it's not safe. I don't think it's safe to go to Sicily. So my question to you is it worth it? And is it safe to go to Sicily?
Thank you for this question because I can give you a response twice. Twice. First of all, about this COVID, the virus, the coronavirus. Compared to north of Italy, we are the island less with less victims, with less contact infected people. So it's like, okay, we are part, of course, of Italy, but in this case, Sicily is completely safe. We have not a lot of infected people, so it's safe for travel for sure in this period. About the other safe, the question about safe, for sure, Sicily is safe. Sometimes it's more safe than Naples or Rome or Milan because since you can have the direct contact with the locals, you are always like in a family. So of course, Palermo, Catania are big cities, and you have to be careful, like you have to be careful in the other cities in the world, right? But about the safety, if Sicily is safe, for sure, 100%. You can walk and say hello, and people knows you, and people, even if you are a stranger, they respect you, and they can't wait to guide you if you get lost in the narrow street. They don't only they don't show you only the way. They come with you. They jump in your car and they guide you until your destination. This we are. We are Sicilians. We are welcoming. We are warming, and we can't wait to host you and let it to live like a local. You are the expert, Connie, so you know this, and thanks to you, people can trust about, because of course I'm a local, but not everybody knows me, but you know me, and I'm a local. I don't offer touristic things, but really special and authentic things.
Yes.
So thank you to be the ambassador for Sicily, right, in the world.
Yeah, and that's my goal in my tours, is to do these authentic experiences and not just these touristy, experiences. I want it to be an authentic. I want you to go to Annalisa's home and prepare a meal in her kitchen. I mean, it's amazing what she does. It's amazing what you have created in your house, in your beautiful house. How can people
Thank you, Annie.
with you? I want people to know that they can connect with you. How can people connect with you? And I know you're doing a lot of cooking classes online. Tell people how they can find you.
Yeah, I have my website, and is a www.go trattino, I don't know in English,
And of course,
Sicily.com. So you can write.
yes.
I'm social enough, because especially from at the beginning of this tough period, I'm started to offer live cooking show every Sunday on my Facebook page and on my YouTube channel. And every Tuesday, I talk with people, and I'm want officially invited you one of this time to talk about Sicilian stories. So I called this section Sicilian Stories with Annalisa. So this is a way to stay in touch in this tough period. Of course, I do Sicilian cooking classes and food tours in my area, but in this time that I can't go anyway, I'm starting to offer privately, in addition to the Sunday and the Tuesday that are free of charge. I'm starting to offer customized streaming live cooking classes. And this would be also an education to eat well, to educate people to eat well, because sometimes some people need and miss to understand which one is healthy and why, and which one not. So my advice, if you want some consulting, or if you wanted to cook with me, I do this. I have the time now to be focused on this.
So yes, so I will, wherever I post this, YouTube, Facebook, I'll be sure to put your website. Of course, Trattino, I can't think of how to say that in English, because of course when people ask me to translate, I go, but I'll put your website, and I'll put your all your social media so that they can find you easily, because you're always doing interesting things. So I want people to be able to connect with you. And plus, I
Thank you.
support you because I think what you do is amazing for Sicily, for everybody, for the whole world. So I want everybody to know about Annalisa and follow her delicious recipes. You're going to cook amazing meals at home. People are going to be very impressed.
Thank you. And Connie, something else that I would like to tell you. you know, but to the other people that, to the other friends that are following us, is that once per year I come in the States to bring all my authenticity of to be Sicilian, cooking Sicilian plates. I would like to come until the end of this year, but with this mess, we don't know. But if somebody wanted to stay in touch with you and express the desire to be part of some cooking classes or maybe host a cooking class, you
Yes.
know, it's enough that they give you their email address, and they will be noticed about my food activities in Sicily and in the States.
That's a great idea. And also, my friend brought up a good idea earlier today who we were chatting with. You can also purchase a private cooking class from Annalisa and give it as a gift. Like, how amazing of a gift is that for, your sister, your mother, your boyfriend, whoever,
Yes.
purchase a private cooking class, which would be like this on Zoom. So, that's, during quarantine, I think a lot of people are wanting to become cooks, inspiring chefs. So this is the perfect time to do this. So thank you so
Yeah.
much, Alisa. I cannot wait to hug you again once this is all,
Oh,
be in your
see.
kitchen, eat your amazing food. I love your food so much. Bring my clients and they always fall in love with you. So I can't wait. And soon enough, it will happen. I know sooner or later it's going to happen. Okay.
Thank you, Connie, for inviting me, and thank you to all the people that are following us.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Grazie mille. Un bacio.
Ciao, baci a tutti, ciao.